Welcome to This Week Those Books. It's September 13th, 2023. This week's focus is on the big four fashion shows: New York, London, Milan, and Paris. These fashion weeks are for spring-summer 2024. Odd to think of what to wear next spring as the Northern Hemisphere prepares for winter. But fashion is a world apart, beautiful and brutal, dreams and nightmares. Highlights this season: Vietnamese American designer Peter Do is the new Helmut Lang. British Indian Supriya Lele wowed New York City before heading to London. The Big Four hold fashion weeks twice a year. It may feel like an ancient ritual, but it's not. The first Fashion Week was held in 1943 when New York organized a press week meant to give buyers alternatives to French fashion during World War II. Milan Fashion Week was born in 1958. Paris had its first organized Fashion Week in 1973, though showings had been held since the 1700s. London Fashion Week was first held in 1984. This week's book picks: a gripping expose, a tender new novel based on the life of America's first black dressmaker, To the Great and the Good, an academic's view on why fashion matters. Our first book, The Most Beautiful Job in the World, Lifting the Veil on the Fashion Industry by Julia Mensitieri. The author, an anthropologist, wrote this after painstaking field work at the creative end of the fashion industry. She found that the lives of dream creators, stylists, photographers, models, makeup artists, intersects with, as she writes, financial and job instability, exploitation, domination, and the quest for power. Mia, the anonymized Italian stylist who kicks off the book, wears Chanel and Prada, but eats McDonald's and is forced to rent a bed behind a screen in the kitchen living room of a shared Paris apartment. She's often paid in vouchers that can only be spent in the boutique of a luxury brand. The week's second pick is a novel by her own design by Piper Hughley. Anne Lowe was the granddaughter of slaves. She overcame racial prejudice to become fashion designer to high society, the Rockefellers, DuPonts, and Roosevelts. Lowe created Jackie Kennedy's famous wedding dress in 1953 and is now thought to have set the trend that changed American bridal fashion. This month, the 70th anniversary of Jackie and the future president, John F. Kennedy's wedding, the largest exhibition of Lowe's creations opened in Delaware. It runs till January and has dresses with her signature 3D budding roses. Finally, this week, Why Fashion Matters by Frances Corner, former head of the London College of Fashion. The book offers 101 bite-sized reflections. Fashion, she writes, has its dark side, not least eating disorders, a lack of ethnic representation, water and resource depletion, and the exploitation of vulnerable garment workers. But she adds, fashion has been and always will be a constant part of our existence. Thank you for listening. I'll be back next week with the latest This Week, Those Books.